everyone and welcome back to Bathurst for race 2. First of all, I hope you enjoyed the race 1 highlights that we've just seen, and what a cracker that race was. But in race 2 we are now in the twilight hours, so qualifying begins at 17:30 track time, and as you can see it's dusk, so that means brake markers change. Strategy changes a little bit because obviously the time of day is still rolling. And also remember, we have the car changes. So the car they used in race 1, they cannot use in race 2. And they're also thinking about race 3 as well, because whatever car they use here, they can't use in the third race. So Pasm took the first race. Is he going to take the second? Or is Ziggin going to come back and really bring the fight back to Pasm? Or is our third place finisher, Stigs TT, our newcomer to the championship, is he going to bring the fight to both Ziggin and Pasm and take that win? We'll have to wait and see when we jump to qualifying, but before we do, let's take a look at a driver profile now of that third place finisher, Stigs TT. So, Stigs TC, our Australian and also a Division 1 Gold driver. His age is 24, and controller wise he uses a mixture of both the DS3 and the wheel, which is a Logitech G29. For this championship he's using a controller just due to the time, as of course being in Australia it's early morning and the wheel will be quite loud. His favourite car is the RX-7 GT300 base model, which is another one in the series. So his favourite colour, as you can see, is the Gran Turismo blue with the super white 2 rims, and of course the chrome blue was exclusive to the 15th anniversary pack, and boy does it look good. Finally, his favourite moment is in the 2015 GTP Endurance Series in the LMP3 season. Wasn't anticipated to win any of the races, but took 4 out of the 5 wins to become team champions. So that has been your driver profile for Stigs TC. And qualifying for race 2 is about to begin, as we're going to jump to, who do we jump to? Oh, we'll jump to Ziggin. Let's jump to Ziggin and we'll follow Ziggin on this evening version of Bathurst. So it's 5:30 on track time, and we're about to start cross the start-finish line, if I get my words out correctly, towards Hell Corner. Takes the left. So as we go down toward I can't speak today. As we head towards down Mountain Straight and towards the quarry, let's think about braking, because if you were using shadows as your brake markers, that has now changed because of the sun position. So if you do that, you are going to be slower or perhaps even crash in this race. Ziggin does the quarry quite well there. We've also got to think about the time of day as well. So it's going to get darker and darker and darker. Of course, we're heading towards the night race for the third one. Oh, looks like Ziggin's had a bit of a kerfuffle there. Lost a few places on the initial lap to a few other drivers. It'll be interesting to see how people react. And on the second lap, we will have a look at the cars and see who is driving what car, as we are now on top of Mount Panorama and we are heading towards the S's. Always complex, this set of corners. It's very different at night and in the twilight hours compared to the day down here, because obviously there's no shadows now at all, and the corners are a bit more blind just because of the light. Oh, it looks like he was very close to the barrier there. Oh, that's a way to do the dipper there, Ziggin. So he comes on to Conrad Straight now, and certainly gained a few more positions back up there, so has had a much better sector 2. Bambi has the fastest first sector there. So this next race is going to be tight, I feel. Pasm obviously won race 1. Who's going to win race 2? We'll have to wait and see, but we've got some veterans here in Pasm. Then Mr. Racing Line, then Bambi, then Ziggin. Oh, look at that, Ziggin doing the chase very well, heading towards Murray's Corner now. And it looks like he's catching Pasm and Mr. Racing Line, so I have a funny feeling Ziggin's about to get initial... Oh! Commentator's curse! on Ziggin. And unfortunately he doesn't. He goes second place, so it shows you how fast his lap was. Had that major off there right at the end of the lap. And still got second place. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down all the cars and find out who's running what. Remember, they can't use the same car as they did in race 1. But let's have a look what Pazum is driving. So Pazum is in the Subaru Impreza, which means in the RX-7 for the final race. We know Ziggin is also in the Impreza. Bambi is in the Impreza. Mr. Racing Line's in the Impreza. And Vanti is in the RX-7. Stig is in the Impreza. Rome is in the Impreza. And Pokey is in the RX-7. And we got Windfire in the Impreza now. Mad Max, I'm interested. He's in the RX-7, so saving the Lexus for the last race. Now, that is going to be interesting. I had a funny feeling he might do that. Mad Max could be on for a win there. We'll have to wait and see. JF52 in the Impreza. We've got Sig in the Lexus. Interesting choice by Sig. Is Sig going to have a really good race here and be challenging for the win? We'll have to wait and see there. Not had a good first lap, so we'll see what he does in this next lap. Then we have Rickson in the RX-7. And then we have AJ, which sounds like a Subaru Impreza. So we've got an Impreza heavy race, which means our last race is going to be RX-7 heavy. But we'll have to wait and see how Sig does in this race and how also Mad Max does in the last race, because they're in Lexuses and they seem to be the fastest car. Oh, looks like Rickson's had an off there. As I say, this is a really complex set of corners, this, so you get the first part wrong, you're going to get the whole thing wrong. It's all about rhythm. Ooh, AJ clipping the side of the barrier there. Completely stops the car essentially on the dipper, so he's not going to have any momentum going down the hill on Conrad Straight. So the rest of the leaders should be about to cross the line. As we can see there, Ziggin, fastest first two sectors. Oh, it's going to be very close for this pole position. Pazum got a 2 minute 4.7 on the first lap. What's he going to get on the second lap? 2 minute 3.9. Wow, what a lap by Pazum. 2 minute 4 dead for Ziggin. Stiggs 2 minute 4.3. And then we got Bambi, who's in 4th place. A big gap to from Stiggs to Bambi. We then have Vanti, who is only 8 thousandths behind Bambi at the moment. Some very close. Mr. Racing Line as well is very close to Vanti and Bambi in 6th place. We have Pokey in 7th. Windfire in 8th place. I expect Windfire to do a bit better this time round because he was on fire in the last race. We have Roma in 9th place. Mad Max in 10th. JF52 in 11th. Sig in 12th. AJ in 13th. And Rickson in 14th at the moment. So let's jump on board Ziggin for his final qualifying lap of Bathurst. So we're currently heading up the mountain once the screen loads. And we'll see how he's doing. So let's just have a quick look at what his first sector was. A 19.3. So he's on target at the moment. As we come into the S's. Oh, takes them very well. It's the Subaru the faster car then, because it seems people driving much faster. It could be the time of day which is affecting the Impreza. Oh, very well done by Ziggin there, all the way through. Oh, Ziggin is definitely on for a lap here. It looks like Rickson's on the right side of the track, has given up already. So, 43.1, Ziggin's on a flyer. They're on sector 3 at the moment. As Pazum goes through. Oh, Ziggin's definitely on a flyer. Ziggin's on for a fastest lap here as we come down towards the chase. How is he going to do the chase? Oh, spot on by Ziggin. One more corner to do now. Don't mess it up. You've got one more corner. He'll know he's on a fast lap. Just one corner. You can do this corner slightly wide and it won't affect your lap too much. Oh, as he's done, he's gone in a bit. That happens quite a lot of this on this circuit. He's going quite a bit too fast on the last part. 2 minute 3.5. Oh, what a lap by Ziggin. Takes the pole position so far. Currently, Pazum is in 2nd. We've got Roma about to finish his lap. Roma jumps up to 7th. What a move by Roma there. We've got Mad Max. JF52 about to finish. Mad Max. No, they don't move positions. We then have AJ. Is AJ going to move up a position? He's not that far off Sig. All it needs is a good last sector. Oh, he does indeed. AJ gets 12th place. So we have Ziggin on pole, 2 minute 3.5. Pazum had a faster lap as well, 2 minute 3.6. Wow, what lap times. And then we drop to 2 minute 4.3 where Stig's at, and then Mr. Racing Line, followed by Bambi, then Vanti, and then Roma, then Windfire, Pokey, Mad Max, and I think it was JF52. And here we go. I can hear engine noises. Here's the starting grid. So Ziggin, followed by Pasm. Row 2, Stiggs and Mr. Racing Line. Row 3, you have Bambi, then Vanti. Row 4, Roma, then Windfire. Row 5, Pokey, then Mad Max. Row 6, JFRod52 and AJ. And then row 7, Sig and GTP Rickson. What a grid. Impreza heavy. And we'll see what the drivers can do as we begin this race. Just waiting for it to load. It's a bit longer on the starting grid this time than last time. Obviously waiting for someone to load. And straight away we're on Pasm. Oh, we didn't want that. We do want this though, as we stay on Pasm. And we're off and we're racing. Pasm has an excellent start there. Ziggin doesn't have quite a good start and instantly loses that pole position. Further back, everybody is next to each other side by side as they come through Hell Corner. Oh, who's that? That's Roma getting a bit tired. Oh, Mr. Racing Line's had a spin. Mr. Racing Line has had a spin. I can't actually get down fast enough. We'll stay on Vanti because they were side by side with... Well, everybody's side by side. I've no idea where everybody is. As we come down towards the quarry. Look at that. We've got 3 wide in front. With Sig, Pokey and AJ. And as they come into the quarry... Oh, we've got smoke up ahead. Someone's had a spin or locked up their brakes. Oh, Pokey's hit the barrier. And Pokey's going to lose all his positions there. So Mad Max involved in that first corner incident with Mr. Racing Line. As they head up the mountain now. There's not going to be much overtaking as we go up the mountain. But oh, look at Bambi's made an incredible start. In second place is Bambi. Ziggin's had a terrible start, first to fourth. And once again, Pasm has already pulled a massive gap already in the lead. On the first half of this track. But Bambi, where's Bambi come from? Absolutely insane. Oh, he's run a bit wide coming into the S's. That's going to affect his rhythm through these corners. Then oh, Stig doesn't make any moves there. Obviously, it's very difficult to make any moves here. But they come through. They head towards the dipper now. Really complex corner. Bambi takes that very well. Stig doesn't, which means Ziggin's going to have a run on Stig. As they come towards Conrad Straight. Oh, Stig has maintained that position. Let's jump to that battle. Oh, look at Ziggin flashing him. Lights will have more of an effect, of course, because we're in the twilight hours. And Ziggin is slowly gaining. Stig must have a bit... oh, we'll have the downforce slipstream of Bambi, so that's why there's no speed gain there. Oh, he's looking on the inside of Ziggin. Doesn't quite do it. We have 3 top racers here fighting for that second place. And we'll have a look a bit further down the grid now as well, because it is all kicking off at the moment. So we have Roma here. Windfire's made some positions here as well as Roma. So 5th and 6th. We're further back. Mr. Racing Line's making moves already. And we're trying to... Oh, there we go. That's GTP Rickson. Who's about to be overtaken by Mr. Racing Line as they start across the start-finish line. Oh, Rickson defends there, coming to Hell Corner. Oh, Mr. Racing Line on the outside. Where he span. And looks like he's got that position as Mr. Racing Line. A bit on the gravel. Oh, Rickson's coming back at him in the RX-7. Surely going to have this position is Rickson because he's in the faster car. Looks like Mr. Racing Line is giving him a good run for his money. They're still side by side as they head towards the quarry. They break exactly at the same time. Still side by side. Mr. Racing Line does get that. Rickson drops to 12th place. And in all of that, JFRod52 has dropped down to 14th place. I did miss that, but let's jump to... no, we don't want that. We want to jump to the second place battle where Stig has overtaken... Wow, Bambi's dropped to 4th place. What happened to Bambi in all of that? But now we have Ziggin and Stig. Let's get on board Stig. And we'll watch Ziggin as they come through the S's. Oh, you can see, oh, very slidey. Ziggin's gone a bit too sideways there. Lost a load of momentum. Stig's hit the barrier. Stig's hit the barrier again. Ziggin's going to come on the right side as they head towards the dipper. And Ziggin gets that second place. Wow, what a move by Ziggin there. Just went a bit too quick into the S's there, did Stig. And as I've always said, the momentum isn't there. The rhythm isn't there. You're going to start hitting barriers. And Stig did. But Stig's going to have the slipstream now to head towards the chase. Instantly gaining here. You can see that. Ziggin goes to the defence on the right. Oh, Stig's just... Oh, a bit of slipstream bashing here. So they're trying to get away from Bambi, it looks like. Have to be careful as they come into the chase. Oh, Stig breaks a bit earlier than Ziggin there. Does that mean Ziggin's gone in a bit too deep? It does mean he's gone in a bit too deep. Stig tries to avoid Ziggin, which means Bambi's going to be right on his tail. Someone in like Windfire in the background kicked up a bit of dirt as well. But we're going to keep on this battle for second place. To come through Murray's corner and to finish lap 2. Pasm in the lead. and he's just pulling away with this battle happening. But Ziggen's pulling a gap straight away. In fact, Roma's catching Bambi and Stig here. Oh, Ziggen kicking up a bit of dirt there. Windfire behind Roma is also catching. So we have a lot of cars on Mountain Straight, and a lot of cars that want to gain positions. Further back, who is that? So we've got JFR 52 is now up to 12th. Mad Max is in 13th, and Rickson is in 14th. So Mad Max having a bit of a terrible race there. But they all are down there at the moment. They've all made mistakes. That's why they're so far off the rest of the field. But we're watching a battle for second place. Unless Ziggen starts to pull away. Doesn't look like he's pulling away at the moment. Looks like Stig is keeping up with Ziggen. So unfortunately for Ziggen, that pole position hasn't paid off at all. Had a bit of a terrible start and has had to gain positions again in the race. Pasm already with a huge gap. In fact, let's have a look at that gap to see what it actually is. An incredible second lap there as well by Pasm. So 5.2 seconds. Oh, Pasm is really storming away. Oh, looks like Stig's made a mistake in the S's. Again. Oh, that could have just been the camera because Bambi isn't catching up. That may have been the camera. Oh, it takes that very well, does Stig. They go through Forest Elbow and onto Conrad Straight. And the long straight. In fact, we'll jump further behind as Roma is really catching Bambi here. Roma is on a roll. Let's see, head towards the chase. Roma's definitely catching. Definitely catching. He's going to make a move into the chase. Doesn't quite do it. It's a bit too far away. And everyone's all good there as they come through the chase. You can see all four drivers there. They're still very close. One mistake and you're going to be dropping positions very quickly. We're going to jump a bit further back. That's Vanti, and Windfire's lost out on a position here. What's happened to Windfire? Because he was quite close to Roma. And Vanti's got that position. As they cross the start-finish line, start lap number 4. You can see further back as well, we've got some action. It looked like Pokey missed the racing line. In fact, let's jump to that. In fact, no, it wasn't. I'm not sure who that was. Everyone is very close. Let's jump back up to Windfire. So the advantage is on the other foots now. And Windfire was in the RX-7 and was gaining on everybody. Now he's in the Subaru, and Vanti has got the advantage in the RX-7. So we're watching this battle now. Up further ahead, the arrows are sort of split up a little bit so we can stay on this battle. And just looking further back, we've got Rickson and Mad Max. They look like they're going to be in a battle very soon. Further behind this battle as well, there's another battle, which is Sig and AJ. As we have Windfire and Vanti. As they come into the S's now, Vanti's definitely got the advantage here. So I'm not sure what's happened to Windfire, but he can't keep up as much as he was doing at the start of the race. We'll have to see how he gets on. I'm going to jump a bit further ahead. Is that Bambi? It is Bambi. Bambi is seriously gaining momentum here on Stig. And Roma's had a bit of a misfortune somewhere because, of course, Roma was catching Bambi at one point. That's now changed, and Bambi is catching Stig. Is Bambi going to get this third place on the in the race? Get on that podium. Ziggen's definitely pulled a gap now, and we'll have a look if Ziggen is actually catching. Let's do that now. So it was 5.1. The gap is now, it is 4.8. So Ziggen is catching. I'm not sure he's going to have enough time in this race to catch Pasm. But we will wait and see. Of course, Pasm could always make a mistake. But again, we'll have to wait and see. So further back, Vanti and Windfire, they're still very close. In fact, further back, we've got a freeway battle happening right now, and that's AJ, Pokey, and Mr. Racing Line, sorry. And Pokey's in the RX-7, so you can instantly see that RX-7 picking up its pace. It's heading towards AJ's, head towards Quarry. Is he going to go to the right? He does go to the right, on the inside. Oh, brakes quite early, does Pokey, and AJ keeps that position, does cut the line off for Pokey, so Pokey can't get his nose in. And Mr. Racing Line just behind Pokey. So we're going to have to stay on this sort of camera for now, so we can watch what happens. Oh, they both run very close to the barrier there. Oh, AJ's run wide, and Pokey goes straight through. So Mr. Racing Line is also going to be on the inside of AJ as well. Doesn't quite do it, just taps AJ in the rear and loses all that momentum. So Pokey moves up to 9th place, AJ down to 10th after that mistake at the cutting. Oh, how close can AJ get to that barrier? Oh, runs a bit wide as well, coming down into the S's. He's going to have the wrong line here. His rhythm's going to be totally off. As you can see there. Oh, he's hit the barrier again, hit the barrier again. Oh, he's going to block Mr. Racing Line. Mr. Racing Line hits him. Now, if I was AJ, I'd probably give that position away just because that was his mistake. But I'm not racing, so I'm not in the moment at the time. So they come on to, through Forest Elbow onto Conrad Straight. Oh, and he does do that. So he lets Mr. Racing Line through. That's very well played there, AJ. And done in a very good, timely manner as well. So all's fair racing there. And we're going to jump up the field to Windfire. Oh, was AJ making a move there? Right. No, he didn't make the move. I thought AJ was making a move there on Mr. Racing Line at the chase. That wasn't quite the case. And Windfire seriously dropped off Vanti. Windfire is struggling in this Subaru. And in fact, Vanti is actually catching Roma. So I'm not sure what's happened to Roma and Windfire, because at the start they were both flying. And suddenly they've dropped off the pace, and Vanti is suddenly the one that is on the charge. There are 9 minutes to go in this race. Is Vanti going to overtake Roma? Let's go to the TV camera. Let's have a look at some of these camera angles of Mount Panorama as it goes into dusk. Ooh, runs a bit wide there at the cutting, does Vanti. But they're heading up the mountain now. In fact, I'm going to jump to the battle again further back between Pokey, Miss Racing Line and AJ, because they are still very close. And I believe Pokey's actually catching Sig here. Let's have a look at the times. He is indeed. He's not that far off now, is Pokey. We'll stay on Pokey. They head towards the S's. We'll see how Pokey does the S's here. Very nice line there by Pokey. Very smooth. Comes into the very complex left. Again, very smooth. Look at the speed he gains on Sig for being so smooth. Ooh, the rear came out a little bit there. Heading towards the dipper now. Ooh, that line wasn't as nice. Recovers it quite well there. As they head towards Forest Elbow and Conrad Straight. Pokey is going to catch even more, I feel. Mr. Racing Line is staying on Pokey's tail as well. Mr. Racing Line has a lot to do to catch up in this race and gain some more points that he potentially should have had in the first place. Head towards the chase on Pokey though. Brakes extremely late there. Oh, very well taken there, Pokey. You can see the smoothness of Pokey's line. He's really helping him through the chaser, and it helped him through the S's as well. And oh, we're going to jump a bit further forward. I've just noticed Vanti is right behind Roma. So Vanti is going to have the advantage now as we are mounting straight heading towards the quarry. He's going to have to slipstream very quickly. So 130, and yes, you can see he's automatically gaining now. Gets to the top end of mounting straight towards the quarry. Ooh, Vanti brakes slightly a bit later than Roma does. Instantly see how much he gains. So head towards the cutting. This is Vanti's 5th place here that we could be seeing. Ooh, Roma very close there to the barrier. Runs a little bit wide. Clips the barrier on the exit as well, and Vanti gains even more time. You start heading up the mountain. Any clipping of the barrier here is going to significantly cost you time because you're going uphill. Oh, Roma very close there. And oh, Sig's dropped off. Sig has dropped a few positions there. And I'm not going to jump back to it yet, although it looks like they're very close. In fact, let's jump to it now very quickly. So, Pokey and Mr. Racing Line. There's Sig. Not sure what's happened. Is Sig going to make him move? Nope, it's all steady. So let's jump back up to Vanti and Roma. Oh, they're very close now. So as we go through Forest Elbow onto Conrad Straight, is Vanti going to make a move on Roma? Can see him. He's already gaining. And this gain is going to be quicker and quicker and quicker. Roma's in the middle of the road at the moment. Roma goes to the right. Vanti to the left. Oh, on the outside. Coming up towards the chase. Is he going to stay there? Gives Roma enough room. Vanti does take that place. 5th place for Vanti. And breaks in time for the chase. You can actually hear the turbo there of the Subaru. And Roma's right behind him now. So Vanti's got to try and defend this position. And this could help Windfire come into it. Oh, Roma trying to go around the outside. Doesn't quite work. So Vanti does keep that place. And Windfire is catching very quickly now. And then further back we also have that battle with Mr. Racing Line and Pokey. That looks very close. But I'm going to stay on this battle between Vanti and Roma. And I have a funny feeling Windfire is going to get his hand in this as well. As Roma is actually catching the RX-7. You don't see this very often in this series. And that's the super impressive catching the RX-7. Roma goes to the left-hand side. Vanti's on the right. On the inside for Quarry. Does keep that position. Roma gets very close. But doesn't quite do it. With these battling, Windfire is catching. And you never know what could happen if Windfire can get in here. And actually get the 5th place from these two drivers. So, are they going to work together perhaps down Conrad Straight to try and get away from Windfire? We'll have to wait and see. Pasm is just running away with this race. In fact, he's not running away with this race. Is that a back marker? Yes, that's GTP Rickson. Sorry, I apologise about that. That's Rickson on Conrad Straight at the moment. Ziggen's actually catching Pasm. But I still don't think it's going to be enough. Oh, Roma runs a little bit wide. Oh, it's going to bring Windfire into the mix, I think. I think Vanti's definitely got that position now. As we just have a look. Oh, he's running a bit wide again. Not going to have any momentum coming down the straight. And he's definitely not. So, let's jump further back. We have Pokey and Mr. Racing Line. Battle for 8th place. Mr. Racing Line is very close. Oh, Sig runs a little bit wide at the dipper. Fortunately, doesn't hit the barrier, so doesn't lose too much speed. But let's see if Mr. Racing Line starts catching. So again, we're seeing an Impreza catch the RX-7 here. He's got the momentum. Is he going to go over to the inside? Coming up towards the chase. Looks. Goes for it on the inside. 2x2 into the chase. Oh, slight contact. Oh, he's lost it. Pokey's lost it. That means Sig's going to go through. There's Sig. Come on, Pokey. Get going. You don't want to lose any more positions. Oh, it's going to be very close to AJ now. Unfortunately there for Pokey, it was slight contact. I just think Pokey should have just pulled off a little bit there because Mr. Racing Line did have the advantage. Never mind, Pokey. You still had some great racing so far. Now let's jump further up the field. Let's have a look. And, I didn't mean to do that, but we will jump further up anyway. So Windfire has passed Roma now. Windfire has passed Roma. I didn't see where that happened. So Windfire is in 6th place now. I don't think he's going to catch Vanti. In fact, Vanti's probably catching Bambi here. And, I thought we lost all the details there. There we go, we got the details fully back. If we look at the times. So, Ziggen. Oh, look at Ziggen's fastest lap. 2-minute 3.494 on his last lap as well. Stig's in the 2-minute 3s as well. And Bambi is in the 2-minute 6s. So Bambi is seriously losing out here. And Vanti is catching. But he's got one more lap after this to catch Bambi. And I don't think that's going to happen unless Bambi makes a mistake. It's 3.9 seconds basically. Just don't see it happening. Ziggen's just taken half a second out of Pasm on one sector. 2.4. Let's jump to Ziggen. Let's see what he's doing. There's Pasm. We can just see his name on the screen. So, now did Ziggen then just make a little mistake at the chase? This is unfortunate for Ziggen because he did have a pole. Did get the pole position. So let's have a look. He did make a slight mistake there at the chase. So 2.6 seconds in one lap. It's fairly unlikely unless Pasm really falls foul to the pressure of Ziggen and the speed that Ziggen's got at the moment. We'll have to wait and see as we head towards the quarry on Ziggen. Oh, takes that very nicely, does Ziggin. Wow, that looked lovely. You can see Pasm's name now is lit constantly, which means Ziggin has caught him a bit more through there. And coming into the cutting, well, wow, the line Ziggin's taking, they're just beautiful. To start heading up the mountain. And the first sector was identical for these drivers. So we're on top of the mountain now, Mount Panorama. And Ziggin, oh, how close can you get to the wall, Ziggin? So we head towards the S's now. Sector 2 times. Identical again, so I think Pasm's got this. The field's fairly spread out now. And we're actually coming up to a back marker as well. But we're going to jump to Pasm, who is now probably just maintaining the gap a little bit. Oh, you can see Ziggin's pushing so hard. Coming out the dipper sideways. He's pushing hard to try and catch Pasm, but I'm not sure it's going to happen. And this is Pasm's to lose now as he heads towards the chase. Could lose it at the chase, you never know. We'll see what happens. Pasm comes through the first part of that. Brakes nice and early. No issue for Pasm whatsoever there. Ziggin's still on fire there. On the dirt there. He's doing all he can to try and catch Pasm. But all to no avail because Pasm is not making mistakes. Kept out of trouble. This is your race 2 winner, GTP Pasm, as he crosses the start-finish line. Second place, we have Ziggin. What a race by Ziggin to try and catch up that positions that he lost at the start of the race. We've just had Bambi's made a mistake at the chase. And we've just, this is Stig in third place, with Vanti's now got 4th place. And Bambi's made a mistake at the chase on the final lap. Oh my word, Bambi. Fortunately for Bambi, he finishes in 5th place. Must have just been a slight mistake. In 6th place, we have Windfire. In 7th place, we have GTP Roma. How close were all these guys? In 8th place, we have Mr. Racing Line. In 9th place, we have Sig. And then in 10th place, we have Pokey. Fortunate for Pokey in that incident at the chase earlier on. So in 11th place, we have AJ. AJ's had a good few battles there in that race. Well played, AJ. JF 52 in 12th place. Had a bit of a nightmare race there, has JF 52. Unfortunately, coming home in 12th place there. GTP Mad Max, again, has had a bit of a nightmare race. Just coming through the final corner now. Onto the start-finish straight. And that's GTP Mad Max in 13th position. Finally, we have GTP Rickson. We'll follow Rickson as he heads towards the end of the lap. He's done a 2 minute 6.8. Well played, Rickson. Definitely getting on the pace there. As he comes through the chase. Brakes nice and early again. Only half braking. Oh, be careful, be careful. Well played. Head towards Murray's corner now. Brakes nice and early again. Obviously the car's very unstable, but this is GTP Rickson coming home in 14th place. Well done on your lap of a 2 minute 6.8. And that is your top 14. What a race and what a win again by GTP Pasm. So here is your race results for that race 2. And GTP Pasm, the race winner, winning by 2.6 seconds. Well played, Ziggin, on a recovery drive there. Dropped down to 4th place at one point, came back to finish 2nd and was closing on Pasm all throughout that race. In 3rd place we have Stigs, finishing 13 seconds behind Pasm. And in 4th place we have Vanti. What a final result there for Vanti. Probably thought he was going to finish in 5th, but Bambi made a mistake at the chase. So Bambi finishes in 5th, followed by Windfire in 6th place. In 7th, we have GTP Roma, who's had a hefty few battles in there as well. And Mr. Racing Line, who had that unfortunate spin on the first corner of the first lap, who finished in 8th place. In 9th, we have Sig. And then in 10th, we have Pokey. Again, unfortunate at the chaser. We then have AJ in 11th. In 12th, JF 52. In 13th, GTP Mad Max. And finally, GTP Rickson in 14th place. So that's been your race 2 at Bathurst. Let's go watch the Twilight race now of Room B. Hello everyone, welcome to Room B, and we have Hector on pole this time, followed by Napalm. Then on row 2 we have Otaku and Damboy, and then we have Dutchy and Nail. Let's get that information on the screen. We're already racing. Oh, it looks like Napalm's made a mistake there straight away at the start, and Hector goes straight to lead. Oh, there's a bit of chaos on the grid, and we've got all sorts of movement. Hector's clean away with Otaku in. Oh, Otaku's actually overtaken Hector at Hell's Corner, and they are now on Mountain Straight heading towards the chase. And our new racing driver in this, Otaku, taking the lead there very early on. We've got Dutchy in third place, followed by our race 1 winner, Patrick 1. Then have Oscar, Nail, High Def there up into 7. Oh, just dropping a place there. Hector falling behind. Let's jump to the third place battle. That's all okay. We have Oscar, then we have Nail there. We then have Damboy, and then a whole group of cars here. High Def and Vitoni come together. Ellie Rendor in there as well as they come through the quarry. All side by side. It looks like, who is that that's taking the lead of that group? I can't actually tell. Oh, High Def's hit the barrier there. Oh, that might have been a bit of lag actually. Ellie Rendor's behind him. And third behind him we have Napalm. So right at the back of the field is Napalm. Actually, way back behind this group. Gravitron falling back now. And Ellie Rendor getting in front of High Def. What a chaotic start to this race. And, oh, High Def bit all over the place. Bit laggy there. And we'll keep an eye. Oh, High Def's actually losing the car. And Gravitron goes into the side of him. Sorry about the menu being on there. Gravitron goes into High Def. He's going to allow Napalm to come back into this and take a couple of positions. It's Gravitron and High Def there coming together. Let's jump to further up the field where there's still some movement. There's Napalm coming through, but let's jump to Dutchy. I've seen Dutchy's name move up and down that list a few times already. And he's right behind Oscar now. And going to start trying to overtake down Conrad straight towards the chase. It is going to be Dutchy versus Oscar. Dutchy going to the inside straight away as they head towards the chase. Is Dutchy going to do this side by side at the chase? It's not very nice. They do it very well. Oscar still on the inside, Dutchy on the outside, and looks like Oscar's going to keep that position for now. And we'll jump to that shortly, but we're going to stay on Hector and GTP Patrick 1. Zion's overtaken Ellie Rendor there. Oh, and Ellie Rendor's taking that back. So they're side by side. We've got movement further down as well. Oh, Otaku's made a mistake. Hector's come right into the mix here. So this is your battle for first place. We've got 3 drivers aiming for this victory at the moment. And I'm sure Oscar's going to be catching up to these guys as well very quickly. Oscar had a cracking first race. Definitely came up to speed very quickly as we head towards the top of the mountain. So Otaku made a mistake. He's going to be a bit inexperienced with this series. Obviously, just coming into it now. And Hector is all over the back of him. So we head up the mountain. So you can see Otaku there, taking some nice lines. See a little bit of the lag as well. Obviously, we've got huge variances in countries and nationalities in this race as well. And with it being a replay, it's just slightly more laggy. But everyone is doing okay so far. As we come down into the S's. And we are going to look a bit further back, I think. Let's have a look. So Dutchy, as you can see, is not far behind. And then further back, we've then got Nail and Vitoni. Oh, in fact, Hector's made a mistake somewhere because Dutchy has got... Talk about missing the action there. Completely missed Hector. And it looks like somebody else has made a mistake further back as well. It looks like Nail's made a mistake, but we're going to jump to Oscar actually. Oscar's right behind Patrick 1. Talk about missing the action there. And you can see somebody is sideways on the S's. And they're only just getting back on with that. That looks like it's going to be Nail. But Oscar now looking for a place to overtake Patrick 1. Patrick 1 will be wanting to chase Otaku as well. So these 3 drivers are going to want to really break away very quickly from Dutchy. Try and gap him as quick as possible. But look at how much Patrick 1 gains on Otaku as they come to Murray's corner. And Patrick 1 stays behind Otaku for now. As they go through that corner very well. You can see Otaku's just losing the back end slightly. Patrick 1 looking to go on the inside. Looks on the inside. Otaku defends. And they're now going to come onto Mountain Straight and head towards the quarry. And I can only see GTP Patrick 1 overtaking here because he does have some speed in that Subaru Impreza. Obviously, in room A, there was a lot of guys driving the Impreza. In room B, Patrick 1's got the info somehow and is already looking to overtake Otaku as they head towards the quarry, side by side. Slight contact. But it was all very well and clean there. But Patrick 1 takes a lead through that. And Oscar's looking on the left-hand side of Otaku. Otaku comes back there. So these 3, it's all so close. Otaku looking on the inside of Patrick 1. Doesn't quite do it. So they stay first, second and third for now. And with this battling, you've got to remember Dutchy is going to be coming right back at these drivers. And in fact, most of the field is not far off these guys. So this first place battle could become very busy very quickly. And We have GTP Patrick 1 who's about to lap a back marker. This will be high def. Once again being lapped in the race. He started off well, but has fortunately had a few incidents in the race now, and is about to get lapped by GTP Patrick 1. The last time he got lapped, we saw it on camera. He went straight off at the first corner, Hill corner. Oh, Otaku's come in the pits. Not sure what that's about. Otaku, that must have been Otaku who was off at the chase, actually. So he is now in the pits from 1st to 10th place. How unfortunate for Otaku in this race. Shows you the experience of race 1 does count here. And GTP Patrick 1 is definitely showing that. Already overtaken high def, by the way. And in fact, Otaku has left the lounge. And GTP Patrick 1 crosses the line, start lap 9. And we've got somebody off actually at the first corner, a back marker. That will be Gravitron, because IDEF has already been lapped. Here's GTP Patrick 1. Gravitron to the right hand side. So Gravitron struggling with that RX-7. And GTP Patrick 1 overtakes the back marker. Just missed Oscar there. Let's jump back to Oscar. See how he handles Gravitron. Gravitron struggling in that RX-7. Oh, and struggling again. Goes off at the dip, and that's actually put Oscar off. Oscar's hit the wall. Oscar has hit the wall here. So this is GTP Patrick 1's for the race victory. That off by Gravitron has put Oscar into the wall. He's got engine damage, so he's got really slow acceleration at the moment. This is going to bring Vitoni and Danboy right into the mix here. As you can see them, they're now on to the straight. And look at this. His repairs only just finished, so Oscar is going to be really down on power. Here's Hecto. Hecto coming through past Oscar and straight into second place. And Hecto can't believe his luck there. Oscar, unfortunate there, hit the one of the Cas walls and has dropped down to third place. So we've got another epic finale between Hecto and Oscar, and Dutchy could get involved in this. Oh, this is getting also very close very, very quickly. So they come through Murray's corner, and they're about to start the last lap of the race. GTP Patrick 1 is already on it, already weighing the distance, and Oscar looks to the inside of Hecto, already coming towards Hell corner. Doesn't quite do it there. So they come through Hell corner, and Oscar's probably going to get a run here. Dutchy's going to get a run as well. Dutchy is also going to be looking for the second place as they head towards the quarry now. And it's Oscar versus Hecto versus Dutchy. Dutchy having a much better race this race. Oscar giving a bit of slipstream bump in there. They realise Dutchy is in a position to challenge these two drivers, who are essentially teammates. They're both from the same sort of group of racers, the GTMX guys, as they head up the mountain now. And Oscar not making any serious moves yet. They obviously realise this. Oh, they run a bit wide there. Oh, Dutchy does a little bit as well. As they head up the mountain, and Dutchy is wanting them to fight. Behind Dutchy is, I believe, that's probably going to be Vitoni as well, as they come through the top of the mountain. Oh, Hecto hit the barrier a little bit there. That's going to slow them both down. As they're on. Oh, Hecto's off. Hecto is off at the top of the mountain. Oscar through. Hecto's going to have dirt on his tyres, so let's jump to Hecto now. Oscar through to second place. Hecto down to third and hits the barrier. Dutchy's through into third place. Dutchy can't believe his luck. There's Vitoni. Is Vitoni going to get in on the action as well as he head down the mountain now? Through the S's, heading towards the Dipper. It's Dutchy from Hecto, then Vitoni. And they come through there all very nicely. Vitoni's now going to be looking to try and get a couple of positions here right at the end of the race. And we're going to stay on this. I know Patrick 1 is already at the chase, but we're going to stay on Hecto. Is Hecto going to make a move on Dutchy as they head towards the chase? He's got the speed in the RX-7. He goes to the right of Dutchy, and he regains that position through the chase. Now he just has to stop the car at the chase. Dutchy already looking on the inside as well. Oh, there's been slight contact. Hecto keeps that position. Further back, Dutchy's gone off. Dutchy's spun. Dutchy is spun on the last lap. Going for the move there. Vitoni overtakes Dutchy. Dutchy spins, and Dutchy drops down to 5th place. I suppose you're not a true racer if you don't go for that gap like Dutchy did at the end. He did all he could to avoid the contact. And unfortunately for Dutchy, that means he does drop to 5th place from 4th place. But what a cracking effort there, Dutchy. Well played, sir. And he comes across the line in 5th place. In 6th place, we have Danboy. Once again, having a pretty good race there, Danboy. Flashing his lights there. Didn't realise we were going to do that, but well played, Danboy. And then in 7th, we have Ellie Rendor. So, much further back, we've got two back markers in between Ellie Rendor and Zion. As Zion is just at the chase at the moment, as we wait for it to load. There we go. And he's got Nail that's not too far behind, so he has to make sure he gets Murray's corner right. And he comes into that corner now, brakes very early there to make sure he's safe, I imagine. Comes through there, very steady indeed. And that is Zion to cross the line in 8th position. In 9th place we have Nail, who's had a bit of an unfortunate race, few incidents in there. And he crosses in 9th. Napalm in 10th place. And of course we had our back markers of High Def and Gravitron once it loads. There's your 11th place finisher. And Gravitron in 12th place, so finished behind High Def. And that is your race results. Let's have a look at those times though before the replay resets itself. And it's GTP Patrick 1 once again taking the win in Room B, followed by GTMX, Oscar, and then Hecto. So a similar sort of results from the first race, but with a little bit of crazy action right at the end. In 4th place you have Vitoni, and then in 5th place you have Dutchy with that cracking effort at the end. Just unfortunately it didn't come off, but well played Dutchy nonetheless. In 6th place Dan Boy, 7th place GTP Ellie Rendor, and then in 8th we have Zion. In 9th Neil, 10th Napalm, 11th High Def, and then in 12th we have GTP Gravitron. That has been your Room B Twilight race. I hope you've enjoyed the Twilight races of both Room A and Room B, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video where we have the night races here at Bathurst.